Able TV, where we inspire and inform you endlessly, with knowledge to guide, uplift, and grow. Thank you for joining, it's a journey, let's go. To all the new subscribers, welcome aboard. We're so glad you're here, there's so much in store. Returning friends, thank you once again. Together we'll learn and share the game. From wisdom to insight, each video's a gift, helping you rise, giving your spirit a lift. So hit that subscribe, stay tuned to see all the great things on Dr. Bummy Able TV. To all the new subscribers, welcome aboard. We're so glad you're here, there's so much in store. Returning friends, thank you once again. Together we'll learn and share the game. To all the new subscribers, welcome aboard. We're so glad you're here, there's so much in store. Returning friends, thank you once again. Together we'll learn and share the game. Dr. Bummy Able TV here for you. Inspire, educate, inform. That's what we do. Thanks for being part of this growing family. Let's keep shining together in unity.
Okay, hello, and hello again. You are welcome here. I'm trying to show my face. Hello, welcome, and welcome again. Thank you very much for joining us today. It is about the menopause talk, myths and facts. Before we start, I'd like to start thinking, what are those myths and facts you know? Not necessarily menopause-like myths and facts, but generally, what are those myths? What are those facts that you've heard? And they call them old wives' fables. They're not true. What are they? Do you have any? I would like you to type in the chat if you know any myths, any of those myths that you've heard from your childhood. Let me give you one. I'll keep dishing you out with some. So not necessarily related to menopause, but one is when you were younger, you used to hear when they would say, if you whistle at night, you're going to be inviting bad spirits. I'm sure some people have heard that before. Or when you're sweeping in the night, sweeping your house in the night, you're driving away good stuff or something like that. So those are some funny myths. And there are also myths related to menopause. What are they? Before we start, I'll say happy Menopause Day to all the queens out there, all the ladies out there who are already queens in the menopause season of their lives. Happy Menopause Day again. Without wasting time, I've got guests lined up for you today. They're experts in their areas. Oh, they are here. They're experts in their areas, and I'm going to be inviting them one after the other. So, first on my list, I have Queen Tommy. Let me make this, yeah. So I can see you. Yes, you are welcome here. Thank you for joining today.
Thank you.
Thank you. I've got Queen Tara. You are welcome, Queen Tara.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. How is your castle over there?
Fine, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I have actually got Queen Kafilat, who's been, I think her internet is playing up. She's been in and out, but never mind. I'm sure she'll show up at some point. Now, the first thing we would normally do here is to introduce ourselves, because some people will be looking at the face and think, oh, I know this person. Oh, I don't know her. Oh, or maybe I don't. So it's time for you to just quickly introduce yourself, and happy Menopause Day to you.
Same to you too.
Same to you.
Thank you. So in that order from the way I introduced you, Queen Tommy, could you please introduce yourself? What do you do, and who are you?
Okay, I'm Tominala Barb Salabi, and I wear many hats, but Well, concerning profession, I'm a lifestyle and weight management consultant, and from there I got into menopause, because of my own journey, and then I did lots of, certification here and there, and but my passion really is raising awareness in workplaces as for menopause, and just making them to be aware of what's going on out there with their staffs,
Hmm.
and how they can, how organizations can be menopause savvy and they can actually support their staffs.
Wow.
So that's what I am actually, into, really. So basically, that's just everything about me for now.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much. So she's one of the menopause champions at the workplace. Thank you. Now I call on Queen Tara. Over to you.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, ladies, and happy Menopause Day. My
Yes.
name is Tara Ishida, and I'm a lawyer. I
They don't seem
write.
to be. Okay.
I
And
um I bake occasionally, and I
I
host a
wanted to.
radio show called Life with Tara. And why menopause? Because nobody told us about it when we were growing up. There's not enough information out there, and we had better start telling our stories, than and ensure that the people coming afterwards, understand what's happening to their bodies, and they're not perturbed, anxious, or disturbed when they find themselves going through that season of their lives.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much. So that's another queen of menopause talk. Thank you. I've got Queen Kafilat. Are you there? Queen Kafilat, are you there? I can see you are on, but okay, we'll carry on. When she shows up, I'm glad she's able to make it on screen today, but we will carry on because of our time. I was sharing with the viewers. So viewers, thank you. Also, you're very, very important to us. Without you, we will not be here. Honestly, we will not be here. So thank you for joining in. Thank you for those who come back, who share the video, those who, are always there to help broadcast what we do. So thank you very much. We are grateful. Now, what we would like to start off with is the first question on our list, and that is, what are some? Okay, I've got Queen.
No, this
Sorry,
is
1 minute.
supposed to.
Welcome, Queen Kafilat. You're welcome. Can you hear us?
I can't hear them.
Oh, you can't hear.
Again,
Can you hear us now? Can you hear us, Queen Kafilat?
It's
Okay.
fine. I can't hear them.
She's okay. She's still trying to sort this out.
Gentlemen,
We will just
their
carry on
speaker.
with. We'll carry on with. Okay, you can't hear us. All right. Don't worry. Just stay there. Stay there. Um,
Can you hear me?
we can hear you. How do you?
Speaking. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
It's okay.
We can hear you. Okay. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
I cannot hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
we can hear you. We can hear you.
You can hear me.
Yes.
Boy, me.
She
How
can't
do
hear
I
us.
hear?
Okay, we'll carry on. We'll
There's a
carry on.
problem
Never
here.
mind.
This
It's all part
connection
of the learning curve. All right, ladies. The first question is, what are some of the most
is there.
common myths about menopause that you've encountered? I'm sure everyone will have something to say. So, what are those common myths?
I cannot hear you alone.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, let me call her. Okay, what are the common myths? You can carry on. I will talk with her behind the scene. Queen Tommy, I think that's your question.
Okay, well, there are lots of myths and facts, or shall I say myths and truths
Yeah.
concerning menopause. You have the first one is that probably the only menopause symptoms are hot flushes, insomnia, and irritability, and then low libido. You know, most especially hot flushes. But the truth is that there are over 34 symptoms, for menopause. At least 34 symptoms, of menopause, and each woman has her own unique symptom. The way I'm going to experience menopause will be different from the way that you will experience menopause. So that, and then, so that's just,
Okay.
okay.
So
So that's one. And then another one, because everyone that anytime anybody is talking about menopause or perimenopause, it's not really menopause, it's actually perimenopause. It's always hot flushes, and people have actually come to think that that is the only thing, about about perimenopause, but that is, we have other 34 symptoms, and then there's also that fact that, okay, once you are in that period, of your, I mean, that season of your life, then that's when weight gain, you can't escape the weight gain, you know, that's another myth. But the truth is that definitely what actually contributes to the fat around your midsection is aging, and also your reduction in activities, So once you put you exercise, most especially you focus on strength training, that can actually help you, and to increase your metabolism. But when you don't do that, it really reduce your metabolism, and you have no choice but to, to start gaining flesh. So those are some of the myths, that I know. Definitely there are other things, but at least maybe somebody should talk about it.
so Quintara, what are the myths you've heard?
Okay. I think the first one I think I want to address is the fact that menopause starts at a certain age. But and most people think, oh, it starts maybe when you're 50, but menopause, some women start menopause at 35, 40. So there's no specific age to menopause. It's just the cessation of your monthly period, and that can come at whatever age, that you're at. And then also that there's no relief, for some of the symptoms, that you just have to endure them. That's some of the myths that we have, about menopause. And I think another myth there is that, like Tommy said earlier on, that you would have low libido. It's a myth, but a lot of women experience it. So what I want to say is that they're myths and they're facts, but it's not the same for everyone. That's the thing about it. I think that's another myth, that everybody thinks that menopause works, or is the same. Every woman experiences it the same way, and it's not necessarily so. It's not even so, because we're all unique. We all have different periods, different kinds of periods, different durations of our periods. And so when the periods do stop, or when the cycle is stopping,
Yeah.
we'll all go through it differently.
Differently. True. True. It's just like having a baby, or what are those common women stuff that happen to all of us, but we're all having, some people's
Morning
strength
sickness.
is
Yes, or
is
even
out.
childbirth. Some people have, very easy childbirth.
Yeah,
They just go and it pops out. I know
exactly.
somebody that says she's never felt pain, and she's had three
Imagine.
children.
Imagine.
So it's different for everyone.
Yes, yes, and even like the menstrual pain, some will be hospitalized every time there's a menstrual, while
Yes.
some don't even know it's there. You just someone that taps and say, "Ah, you're stained," like, So
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it's all different for everyone. It's all
Yeah.
different. So there might be some common things among some people, but overall, it's all different. We all experience it differently. Thank you very much for your expertise on this. Now, the second
Okay,
question.
let me, another myth is brain fog. Everybody actually thinks that, or some people believe that once you have brain fog, it can lead to dementia. And there are two different things entirely. Brain fog is just basically because you've had rough nights, and because you didn't sleep well. So that's the reason why, by the time you wake up in the morning, your brain is foggy and, you're not just, getting yourself and all that. But it does not translate to you having dementia. They are just, two ends, of the stick. They are far from each other. So brain fog has nothing at all to do with dementia.
Or with menopause.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Queen Kafilat. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
You can.
Good. So we were just talking about different myths, even the ones that are not menopause related. I was sharing earlier that some myths are, that we knew from when we were younger. One of them is if you're sitting down and somebody crosses your leg, your child, I mean,
The child will resemble.
like that. Those are myths that are so out of this world. I don't know who cooked up that, but so there's some myths in menopause circle too, that people believe generally, and until we get educated just like this, we won't get to the bottom of such myths. So now the question to Queen Kafilat, can you please introduce yourself first of all?
Okay. Good evening, everyone, or good day, depending on where you are joining from. I'm Kafilat Mojisola Abdulaziz, and I'm a certified family life practitioner. So I work with married people. So I do family life practitioner. That's
Okay.
that. Then
Okay.
also complementary and alternative medicine practitioner.
Okay. Okay.
So, and in the course of my practice, I've worked with a lot of women, both the ones in perimenopausal, menopausal, postmenopausal phase, both the one in the fertility phase. I've worked with a lot of women and men.
Wow.
And the menopause is a big challenge.
Yeah.
It poses a big challenge to women's health.
Okay.
In fact, at times, most of the time, it alters the treatment plan. It distorts the treatment plan.
Sure.
If you place somebody on a treatment plan or medication and she seems to be responding, and all of a sudden, within 1 or 2 weeks, she stops responding, the progress stopped, it distorts the treatment process. And if you are not able to pinpoint that menopause is the culprit, you keep changing the treatment plan, thinking that it's not working for that condition, not knowing that it's menopause that is messing up the human system. So,
thank you. Thank you very much. You're just right on time for your question. And that question is it true that menopause always starts at 50?
That could be the reference age. We have this like an average age. On an average, you can say it starts 50, let's say on an average, but it mustn't be 50 years old for every woman. So it depends on the person's genetics and other health conditions that will determine what age menopause will kick off for a woman. So it mustn't be 50, like I said, it mustn't be 50. So it depends on the individual. So, and the menopause is just that period of menstrual cessation, menstrual period cessation, and it's just 12 months, and nobody knows when. You cannot say this is the age of menopause until you have counted 12 months, 12 consecutive months of non-menstrual flow. So before you can say, okay, yes, I've actually attained menopause, and the month after that 12th month
It's possible.
indicates the menopausal phase. Okay,
Mhm.
so let me use this analogy. For instance, if there's this perimenopausal phase, menopausal phase, and the postmenopausal phase. So the menopause is that 12 months. That is, let's say the person does not see her menses between January 2024 until December 2024. By January 2025, the person can say she has entered the post-menopausal phase. So now, it's not about age, just like I said, it's about when you have been able to mark your calendar and say, for these 12 consecutive months, I've not seen my period, and that's the menopausal. So it varies depending on the woman's health and genetics. So it's not just 50. So it's an individual thing.
Okay,
And
thank you
when
very
it
much.
comes to person should face it.
Yes, yes. Thank you. And it leads us to the next question, which says, many believe menopause marks the end of fertility, but can women still get pregnant during perimenopause?
Okay. Fine. Like I said, um, I'm still going to use that my analogy that by end of December 2024, the woman has not seen her menses. She has ascertained that, okay, yes, this is menopause. So within that 12 months, during perimenopause, the menses fluctuate. We have even the perimenopausal phase is divided into two parts. We have the early perimenopausal phase and the late perimenopausal phase. And that early stage is that stage where the menses fluctuate for about 2 days longer or 2 days shorter. Maybe the flow is lighter or heavier. Just 2 days, maybe somebody that used to be 27 days cycle is now having 29 days cycle, or at times 25 days. That's the early phase. Then the early perimenopausal phase. Then the late perimenopausal phase is that phase where the menopause, the menses can be skipped can be missing for like 3 months, 2 months, 4 months. So during this phase, like I said, if you have not really gone through the 12 months of menopause and established that yes, menopause has occurred, the person may still be in the perimenopausal phase. So during this phase, the hormones may be only fluctuating. Ovulation can still take place. Conception can still take place. So it is advisable for women to track their cycle and also put their contraceptive measures in place so that they will not get pregnant and receive an uninvited guest. So pregnancy is very possible during the menopausal stage.
Wow, thank you very much. So pregnancy is still possible. So I know some people can't wait to get there, to get to that stage. Where I remember before I had mine, I was always like, you and the children, you'll be doing this thing at the same time. Let this thing go down. So I know it's always like freedom, but it's another face of so-called freedom. Anyway, so it takes me to my fourth question to Queen Tara. Queen Tara, does menopause cause immediate weight gain, or is it just a myth?
Well, women always want to blame something when it comes to weight gain. So a lot of women will say and argue that, oh, no, it causes weight gain. And I think I will argue that, but it can, but it's not solely responsible, because there's several things that, related to menopause that can influence weight changes. First, it is hormonal changes. Menopause comes with quite a number of hormonal changes, especially the levels of estrogen declining, and that can lead to fat being redistributed, around the body, and maybe even by the abdomen and the tummy area. So hormonal changes, yes, would it can because of menopause it can lead to weight gain. Also, like Tommy said earlier, that metabolism, naturally slows down. We're less active as we grow older. So those, are factors that can lead to weight gain. Also, as she said earlier too, the loss of muscle mass. We're now beginning to find out that we don't not only do we need to lose weight, but we need to build muscle mass, because we're being told now that from age 30, we start to lose muscle mass, and that it's that muscle mass that helps us and makes us healthier when we're older. So yes, menopause has an influence on that also, but aging also has an influence on that. But also lifestyle changes, we, and like I said earlier, we become more less active, because we're growing older, not necessarily because we're in menopause. So I think, yeah, it 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 aids. It can cause weight gain, but it's not the only reason for weight gain, when we're at that stage. So it's a half and half answer.
Great, thank you very much. Thank you for answering that question. Thank you, viewers, for still joining us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. We need to hear from you. Do you have your own myths that you've heard about? Do you know of any other is menopause related or not? What are those myths you have been told when you were growing up? We shared a few here, and another one is when the sun and the rain are shining at the same time.
The lion is giving birth.
Bimbo.
Yes, you're truly menopause. Yeah, that
We are
age.
the age we claim to be.
Yes, I was telling my children these days, like a few days ago, I saw the sun and the rain, was at the same time. I said, "Do you know what they used to tell us when we were growing up about this situation? That the lion is giving birth somewhere." And it's so nice to, even though those things are not necessarily true, but they kept the young our young brains exploring if it was true or not. Anyway, the next question is, so viewers, please feel free to type in the chat. Feel free to ask your questions. Number 5 is this question is to Queen Tomi. One common misconception is that HRT is dangerous for all women. Can you clarify the risks and benefits of hormonal replacement therapy, please? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that question. Today is World Menopause Day, and the theme for this year is actually hormone replacement therapy. That's the theme for the World Menopause Day, and it is really very interesting topic, because it's something that people don't even want to, touch, maybe in this side of the world, you know, but and then there are lots of misconception, about it. So what is HRT? It is what it says it is, to replace the hormones that we lose during menopause, during perimenopause. It is hormone replacement therapy. So that is exactly what it does. It helps to replace those hormones. And the truth is that the hormones that we lose during menopause, they don't come back. They are lost forever. So they can't come back. So, and most of this hormone, most especially estrogen, they have the parts that they play in our body. Estrogen is everywhere. So you cannot imagine losing that. And then so many things that happens as a result of that. So that's why some believe that, okay, I'm losing hormones, and so let me replace the hormones, with whether it is through tablets, patches, gel, whatever, insertion ring, and let me just, replace this. And the truth is that, and I really want people to hear me very well, clearly, I'm not trying to mix things up here. HRT is the only way you can replace the hormones. What am I saying? It is the only way you can replace the hormones, but it is not the only way you can alleviate your symptoms. They are two different things entirely. You want replacement for the hormones that you're losing, then go for HRT. But if it's about, because there's some people that HRT does not work for, it actually affects them negatively. So it's not everybody that's going to have it. It works for some people, but it doesn't work for some people. So it depends on what works for you. Maybe when you sit with your healthcare provider, your gynae, we're able to advise you and everything. So but unfortunate thing is that HRT has bad rep, and this basically because of a particular what's it called? There was this report, a study that was carried out in 2002 by the Women's Health Initiative. It was a study, and it claimed that HRT could increase the risk of breast cancer. That was where the problem started. That getting HRT can actually increase the risk of breast cancer. And people just started, oh, this thing is going to cost us. But the truth is that a lot of studies, fast forward to now, has actually disproven that. And they're like, okay, HRT is safe. You can have it. They call it menopausal hormone replacement in America, but I think in UK it's called HRT. So now when it comes to, and also the International Menopause Society is saying that, look, giving thumbs up for it. So the truth is that it has its own benefits. And for people that it doesn't work for, it just doesn't work for you. It doesn't make it bad. It doesn't make it terrible. But ultimately, the choice is yours. Do you want, the hormones that you lose, do you want to get them back? Now, let me tell you the benefits of HRT. Number one, it actually protects you against heart disease. And when you start taking estrogen, it can actually decrease. I'm going to give you a title of a book that people can actually just buy and then read and really get a very good understanding about HRT. So that will decrease the risk of heart disease by 40 to 50%. Then it also helps with, strong bones, protecting you against the risk of osteoporosis, So when you have it as well, it's reduced the risk by 30 to 50%. Then Alzheimer's, that's also by 24%. So all this research, they've gone through all this research and they're like, okay, these are the good things that can actually come from HRT. And the other study that was done in 2002, it has actually been debunked, as in, okay, now you are safe. And there's some people that they've even gone through breast cancer and they're on HRT and nothing is happening to them. So for me, my advice is, for every woman out there, if you're interested in this side of the world, I don't know whether HRT exists. I had a client sometime, and both of us were talking, about all this symptoms and everything. And then she said, oh, anytime she needs that thing, she was getting it at a particular pharmacy here in Nigeria, but they ran, and that was the only pharmacy that was actually selling. But they stopped selling, bringing it in, and then she now had to, get it, in UK. She had to travel to UK all the time to just get this thing. And she said to just buy in bulk, and just bring and and stuff like that. So, but for me, I was never on any HRT, whatever. I'm menopausal. I'm postmenopausal now. So, but I never used anything, any patch or any gel or anything. I never did. All my symptoms, I just address them naturally, using other methods. But there's some people that, they want relief, from symptoms, because the truth is this, HRT can actually help to relieve hot flushes. It just gives you that, relief. So there's some people that they want to try it out, do your research, do everything, talk to speak with your medical, provider, and then make an informed decision whether you want to go for it or you don't want to go for it. But seriously speaking, there's absolutely nothing wrong with HRT.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for clarifying that. So that's one of the myths to debunk. We will take a break because we have to drink water. So for 1 minute, we'll take a break. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us. If you're on the comment section, please write your questions. We will come back with a question to Queen Tommy about sexual desires. Is it true that menopause automatically means a loss of libido or sexual desire? Stay tuned, and we will be right back. Let's drink some water.
Welcome to Dr. Bummy Able TV, where we inspire and inform you endlessly, with knowledge to guide, uplift, and grow. Thank you for joining, it's a journey, let's go. To all the new subscribers, welcome aboard. We're so glad you're here, there's so much in store. Returning friends, thank you once again. Together we'll learn and share the game. From wisdom to insight, each video's a gift, helping you rise, giving your spirit a lift. So hit that subscribe, stay tuned to see all the great things on Dr. Bummy Able TV. To all the new subscribers, welcome aboard. We're so glad you're here, there's so much in store. Returning friends, thank you once again. Together we'll learn and share the game. To all the new subscribers, welcome aboard. We're so glad you're here, there's so much in store. Returning friends, thank you once again. Together we'll learn and share the game.
Thank you for coming back. We will continue with our questions. Thank you for staying tuned with us till this very time. So we're kind of halfway. Ooh, I wish we had, there was no other way around it, because it's always a topic to trash out. There are people with questions. There are people who have, I've heard that before. Is it true? Is it not true? So thank you very much for taking time out to debunk these myths. The next question is on the screen. Queen Tommy, over to you again.
Okay, so well, that question, I like it. It's funny, but it's the real deal. It's something that most of us are facing. One thing I often tell people is that sex and sexiness are ageless, but it actually doesn't mean that your relationship with sexuality won't change with age. So as you grow older, your relationship with sex actually change. Most especially if you put midlife and menopause together. The midlife and the menopause. Both of them together. They kind of like, they are in sync, with one another. And you can actually put things into context, into perspective. Because the truth is this, like I said, sex and sexiness are ageless. But as you age, your relationship, your perspective about sex, also changes, So it's going to, it's already challenging because you're feeling the shift in your body already. You're dealing with perimenopausal symptoms, and midlife is also there, or postmenopausal, symptoms or whatever. Because even though I'm postmenopausal, the fact remains that the effects of estrogen in my life will be with me till I leave this world. The effect of estrogen not being in my body, the reduction, will be with me, and it affects so many things. And part of what it affects is, down there, so talking about vaginal dryness, talking about painful sex, the truth is that when penetration will give you pain, it's not going to be something you're looking forward to, no matter how much you like it. But you know that when this happens, I'm just going to be feeling pain. So you're not really looking forward to it. And another thing is this, for us women, as we age, all those spontaneity, as in, that only feeling and everything, it just oozes out, as in, it doesn't come natural, as in, I'm feeling honey, and then, let's do this. No, there are times you just have to walk your way through it. But now, am I not saying that because of menopause, because of all the symptoms, does that mean that you cannot have a good sexual life? Oh, no, hell no. You can. It is just for you and your partner to actually work something out, something that both of you can, can enjoy. There's so many things you can do,
Yeah.
to enjoy sex, and seriously speaking, it's just for you to work it out. That's how
Yeah.
I say it,
Okay. Let's see.
and
I'm sure a word is enough for the wise. So you've heard about that. So we don't. Yeah. So viewers, because I know there will be some who are not there yet and who are here just to learn, so that when they get there, they know what to do and what to expect. So thank you very much for being honest with us. Thank you for those answers. And I'll go, because of our time as well, I'll go straight on to Queen Kathy, number 7. Some people think menopause only affects physical health. Can you speak to the emotional and mental health changes women experience during this time?
Yes. Uh, Menopause affects emotional and mental health,
Mm.
and during this transition, whether perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause, remember most of the symptoms are the same. So, um, one of them is mood swings that affects the emotional and mental health. One of them is mood swings because of the fluctuations in the hormone levels. It can lead to irritability, anxiety, mood swings, um, make some women more emotionally sensitive than usual. That's that. One moment she's happy, the next moment she's unhappy, and
Mm.
she may not be able to place it where the um, bad mood is coming from. Then we have a depression and anxiety. That's another way menopause affects women's mental health. Um, the feeling of sadness, anxiety, and the heightened depression. So it's also there. Then we have cognitive changes where we have brain fog, forgetfulness, and this can impact the self-esteem too. You know, um, so it's a major challenge. Then we have a changing self-image. So maybe because of so this can take a toll on their emotional well because of the weight gain, skin loss of moisture, and maybe saggy breast for some people. They, they, so these physical changes, or maybe those of them that have arthritis, they may not be able to move the way they used to move. Maybe they might not be able to do some things they used to do. So it gives them a kind of, it impacts them emotionally, you know, when they feel that they are not as active as they used to be.
Mm.
So, um, um, it may affect their self-esteem and then social and relationship dynamics, just like Queen Sarah said, that it might affect the libido of the woman, and it may have a kind of strain on the relationship of between a woman and the spouse. That can trigger another kind of stress, you know. Um, then even between mother and children too, you know. So a lot of communication needs to come into play at this junction, whereby you need to talk to your family and friends what you are going through, so that when you begin to act in a funny way, they will not take it personal. They will understand that you are going to be here. So, or the other one will not think that the wife is rejecting him. So then increase the stress. Menopause, perimenopause always happen during midlife. So
Mm.
and life is already challenging itself.
Yes.
At this maybe the woman is even having an aged parent she's trying to look after, or even parents in law that she has to look after. and worried about herself, her self-esteem, her children, and everything. So there's a lot of stress around this period, and it impacts them mentally and emotionally. Coupled with the fact that the structure of the brain changes
Yeah.
due to menopause,
Oh.
okay, and it's a whole lot of issues. But
Yeah.
you know, um, talking to your healthcare provider, your therapist, it's a combination of so many professionals that need to work together.
Yeah.
So you want to weigh the options you have, your treatment options, which one is good for you, which one is less risky, depending on your medical history, your health record, other underlying health conditions too. So you want to check, weigh the options, what you are open to. So you want to work with your healthcare provider, you want to work with your therapist, your psychologist, do a lot of positive self-talk, affirmation, believe in yourself, you know, um, appreciate the fact that they stay and it's a privilege to live long enough to witness uh, this stage, you know, and everything you can do, alternative medicine, about supplement, everything you can do to manage the symptoms so that it will not alter um, normal daily activity and well-being of the woman.
Okay.
Did I answer your question?
Thank you. Thank you. So we've all learned that it is not just physical, it affects every aspect of a woman, not just physical. Thank you very much. The next talk will be on natural versus medical treatment. So we are going to be talking about that next time. We have two or three more questions to go. The next topic for next week will be natural versus medical treatment for menopause symptoms. So this is a time for you to ask your questions as well about them. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, our queens, for this. I will go straight to the next question, which is about number 8. That's to Queen Tommy. Queen Tara, I know you have the last two questions, so get ready, get up. So
Okay.
number 8 says there is a myth that menopause symptoms are the same for every woman. How much can these symptoms vary from person to person? I know we've discussed about it in the course of our talk, but can you throw more light to it for those who are just joining us on the broadcast?
Oh yeah, it's definitely my menopausal experience will be different from yours, and because our bodies are different, and maybe through our adolescence to puberty, to puberty, and then the things that we experience and everything. So they are different. So definitely, the fact is that, or the truth is that no two woman menopausal journey will ever be the same. It's just like DNA. You know, we don't have the same. As in, no two people can have identical fingerprints. The same. Thumbprint or whatever. So it is just exactly like that with the symptom as well. Now, out of all this 34, I can actually maybe go through 3 or 4, and then you can go through 2. And then there's some people that they did not even go through any. They just danced into menopause, without anything severe or anything, whatsoever, nothing like that. So it's just how will I put it? It's different for everybody. It can never be the same. We can just share 1 or 2 similarities. Oh, you went through that as well. I think I did too, but it's not for okay. The same when we are doing check, hot flushes check. Okay, yes, to check. Low libido or something. Now there are some that are common, they're like, common as in, like hot flushes, it happens 80% of women go through that. So that is a common whatever. But there are just some that, they're just very different. We don't share the same and the same experience. But all in all, we still have something to talk about. And oh, okay. And just like what Tara said, we have things to share with people that are coming after us. Thank God that awareness is ongoing, and people, I mean, menopause is no longer a hush hush. It's no longer a taboo. People are now talking about it. There are conversations around it, and it is ongoing. And people are learning every day. Oh, you mean I'll go through this? You mean this? Even the Gen Z, they are learning. Everybody's just learning one or two things, about it. So, seriously speaking, no two people can have the same. Even if you are twins, we can't have the same. It should be different.
Yes, thank you very much. And that's where also the men need to listen. Like somebody was saying last week, say let the men also listen to this, because when it's affecting their their spouses, why they are overreacting or just at that stage of life. Thank you very much. Now, Queen Tara, can you please answer the next question, which is about saying
Rapid
men.
decline in health. Yeah.
Sorry?
So does menopause equal a rapid decline in health?
Yes, that's the question.
Yes.
Is that
Not
true?
not automatically, but it does bring certain changes that can affect the
Please.
woman. And that's because it's hormonal. It's an hormonal thing. And so I think it more or less, brings out things that a woman might be predisposed to, So if estrogen, for example, is leaving the body and cannot be replaced, then certain conditions and situations that would make other conditions faster might come into place, But the physical and hormonal shifts during and after menopause can definitely increase the risk for certain conditions, but it doesn't equal a rapid decline in health. We're seeing a lot of 60-year-olds now looking very good, looking like they're in their 40s, in their 30s, and definitely most of them are menopausal, so definitely it doesn't bring rapid decline in health, but it predisposes you, because of the fact that, okay, for one, there's decreased bone strength and an increased risk of osteoporosis, cardiovascular health, because Tommy said earlier that estrogen, is very important in the bones and even in the earth, so those are the things. So once estrogen is removed from the body, it does predispose one to certain sicknesses. Queen Kafilat has talked about the emotional and the mental health. And, funny enough, a friend of mine, going on this emotional and mental health, our elder sister just one day woke up and told her, there's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with me. Okay, so they went to the hospital, and when they went to the hospital, they ran all the tests. Everything was good. But she just kept saying, there's something wrong. I'm not myself. There's something wrong with me. And then she went to another doctor for a second opinion. And after the doctor looked at her, of course, did all the tests, now asked, what's your age? And, told her, when she said 51 or so, said maybe it's menopause. And immediately the doctor said that you won't believe that most of the symptoms just
Died
calmed down. She was like, okay, I have a name to what is wrong with me. And menopause, is it menopause, So the emotional and mental health too, part of it is very important. And also sleep for a lot of people. So a lot of people say, oh, because I started having menopause, I can't sleep, I have hot flushes at night and things like that. And the lack of sleep also brings about a lot of health conditions. If you're not getting enough sleep, you can have a lot of conditions. And we've talked about urinary and vaginal health. So it's not a rapid decline, but it predisposes one to conditions, especially if you don't take heart to them, and if you're not doing the right thing and living the right lifestyle already, then you'll find yourself in problems.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, so it doesn't actually lead to rapid decline in health. It's just another phase of one's life. and anybody can overcome that phase, just like childbearing phase. Or I used to tell people, say, oh, at some point we're at the stage of, oh, this one is getting married, that one is getting married, let's say wedding. We get to the stage, oh, naming ceremony, everybody's naming ceremony around you. And then
Then
you
we're
get to
doing
the
graduation,
stage
and
of,
then we're doing weddings and
uh-huh.
burials of our parents.
Yes. So, it's just like that is just life. We have to deal with it. Finally, the last question says, is there a misconception that women can't do anything to alleviate menopause symptoms and they just have to endure it? Is that the same for us? So everyone will say something, but I'll leave the question to Queen Tara to dish it out to us first. What do you think?
Yeah, a lot of us think that we're handicapped when it comes to menopause symptoms, and that we really can't do much about it because it's just our body going through the circle that it's supposed to go through. But it's a lie. It's not true, that we cannot do anything about it, though we think that we can't, because there are lots of and loads of effective strategies that can help us manage and reduce the severity of the symptoms that we experience. And there are a lot, ranging from lifestyle changes. So exercise is good. I started yoga recently, and I found that it's been very helpful for me in stretching, in relaxation, even in sleep, and even in strength building. So lifestyle changes, doing more exercise, being mindful of what we eat, knowing the things to eat and not to eat. Medical treatment, we've talked about hormonal replacement therapy today at length, and the way we can the fact that it's not bad and that it can help a majority of people and may not be all right for some people. When it comes to sex, even, we have all sorts of moisturizers, lubricants that we can use. And sleep, we have, apart from the fact that good sleeping habits, you have things like melatonin, and we're not talking about the natural and alternative today, but there are things that we can use. We have supplements. People talk about evening primrose oil that is very effective and things like that. So there are lots of things that we can use to alleviate the symptoms. For emotional, some people might even have to go on antidepressants for a while, so that they can alleviate the symptoms, because for some it's very, very big in their emotions and in their feelings. I know somebody that said that she felt a different person. Her emotions, her mind was constantly battered, and she was just one that for her menopause was terrible. So you could go into therapy, counseling, antidepressants and things like that, and we can use food to can heal, and supplements. So there are different ways, and even talking, just sharing with other women. When you hear, okay, so this is part of it, oh, then I'm not alone. That alone, like I said, when my friend's sister went to the hospital, that alone alleviated a lot of the symptoms, because she found out that the symptoms that she was experiencing or what she was going through was not unique to only her. So yeah, we can manage stress. There are all sorts of things that we can do. And like you said, next week you're going to be talking about the therapies, both natural and alternative and orthodox. So there are quite a number of things we can do to alleviate the symptoms.
Thank you very much. We have 50 seconds to go. 1 hour sitting down talking. Wow, that is wonderful. Let me quickly read from the comments. So many people have written comments here. Thank you very much, Lai Jomo. It says it's reported that changes are already happening in a woman's brain at least 5 years or so before the first menopausal symptoms. Early education is key. Pastor Abel says we are here. Okay, you're welcome. Thank you. Lai Jomo again says 3 in 4 women have a symptom 1 in 4 have very few symptoms, and 1 in 4 have severe symptoms. So yes, we differ in our symptoms. And the final thing she said, or he said, well, I think it's she, because she said in our symptoms. Okay, so menopause is our biological gateway to aging. Our job is to be proactive and live healthy lifestyle. Thank you very, very much. I'm so grateful for all of you being here. Thank you for your time. And we hope this has helped somebody, even if it's just one person, to plan ahead. And somebody who is already in it thinking, what is happening to me? I'm the shadow of myself. You've heard it all. So thank you very much, Queen Tara, Queen Tomi, Queen Kafilat. Thank you for making it today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. So for the next talk, we have another 3 sets of guests who will be here. They're professionals in what they do, and they're going to be talking to us about the natural, where is it now? Natural or versus,
Medical.
yes, natural versus medical treatment for menopause symptoms. So please stay tuned, and we hope to see you next week. Please share and let people know that there is something like this going on. Happy Menopause Day again to all of you who are already at that stage of life. And I pray it gets better for you. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you much. Happy Menopause
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. So, viewers, you've heard it all from the experts. There's nothing else to add than to say, have a good life. Keep it going, keep hope alive, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Welcome to Dr. Bummy Able TV, where we inspire and inform you endlessly, with knowledge to guide, uplift, and grow. Thank you for joining, it's a journey, let's go. To all the new subscribers, welcome aboard. We're so glad you're here, there's so much in store. Returning friends, thank you once again. Together we'll learn and share the game. From wisdom to insight, each video's a gift, helping you rise, giving your spirit a lift. So hit that subscribe, stay tuned to see all the great things on Dr. Bummy Able TV. To all the new subscribers, welcome aboard. We're so glad you're here, there's so much in store. Returning friends, thank you once again. Together we'll learn and share the game. To all the new subscribers, welcome aboard. We're so glad you're here, there's so much in store. Returning friends, thank you once again. Together we'll learn and share the game.